Okay, welcome to the... you know what? I'm just going to scrap that. Hi, welcome to the Cold Open Podcast. My name is Joe, and I'm joined again by my co-host, Allie.
Hello.
Yeah, fuck it. Seriously, I'm just... I'm really done with doing that opening. We've recorded a whole bunch recently, and I'm not going to keep track of it anymore, so...
All right.
I'm just gonna nip it in the bud. One less thing for me to worry about. So,
Hey, fair enough.
so today we're wrapping up our Robin series, I guess, by talking about the final Robin in the current timeline and the current Robin, I believe.
Technically not anymore.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get schooled. So Damian Wayne. Let's talk about the assassin.
Yes,
Damian Wayne.
a little assassin baby born in an assassin cult that also is an eco-terrorist group. It's great.
Listen, Bruce Wayne. We've said it a million times. Makes a lot of very bad decisions.
I mean,
I feel like having relations with his worst enemy's daughter is probably not one of his best calls.
well, like it's kind of fucked because originally she low-key drugs him and rapes him.
Oh,
So he
good.
doesn't.
What?
Yeah,
We are literally a
comics.
minute into this episode and we're on rape already. Good. I'm glad we have a
Yeah,
theme.
isn't that nice? So yeah, she has Damien in secret, and he has no idea that Damien exists until one day Talia's like, "Here's your child. I can't watch him right now. Take care of it." And he's, a feral little
Looks
beast. I mean,
looks
he's
at
great.
him.
He's awful.
Oh my god, yeah. So Batman looks at him. Looks 10 years old. He's like, "How old is this kid? There's no way he's mine." She's like, "He's 5." He's like, "What? 5?" Yeah, we just genetically altered him to make him age faster and also turned him into a bloodthirsty monster. Here you go. See you later.
Yeah,
And dips
right.
out.
He's literally been bred to go against every rule that you have, but here you go.
Yeah,
Like this will end well.
although I will say, it does seem like it actually worked out in Batman's favor,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny. So I guess we'll get into that here in a second. Okay, so we talked about Jason Todd being kind of like the crazy one, because of his resurrection and subsequent
Dip
usage.
in the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the League of Assassins.
Yes.
But he was definitely a foil for Batman. He was his first sort of like, oh wait, I'm not entirely infallible and also not like super great at this whole parent thing. Let me just sweep this under the rug and pretend this never happened. And then later on down the line, he gets Damian Wayne, and by this point, it's really funny to look at the difference between the two, right? You've got Jason Todd,
Mm-hmm.
who becomes a pretty badass superhero in his own right, despite Batman, not because of Batman. He seeks to kind of prove himself as Batman's better, or something to that effect. And you get Damian, who is the exact opposite, who has literally been like, as I said, literally, he was created for the exact purpose of killing, and yet still fights against his nature to try to be better for his dad, which is a pretty unique thing, I think, considering the Bat family.
Yeah. And it's hard because I personally like Damian Wayne. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I mean, his new run's pretty interesting, so that's helping. But a lot of people didn't like him at first because he is a little arrogant asshole. But he's also raised by Talia and Ra's al Ghul to be the new demon head. I mean, he's an arrogant little brat because that's all he knows. I mean, he's had
Sure.
no friends, no nothing. So what else is he supposed to be?
Yeah.
And that doesn't just change overnight. That takes a long time to, you know, flush out of your system.
Right. Not to mention the fact
So,
that obviously, like you said, he has no humility, but
no.
it's kind of warranted. I mean, the dude is
He's
skilled.
awesome.
Like
Yeah.
he was literally, as I said, born and bred for this exact mission, for this exact job. So
I mean, and it's sad because, I mean, again, that's how he's raised, so he doesn't know any better because he's the child, but he does beat the shit out of Tim Drake
oops.
pretty easily. Like, I mean, he puts him down, and he was 10, maybe 8, actually. He was young, very young, but I want to say 10. I feel like everyone starts around 10 with Batman. He's pretty interesting, and then it's also really interesting because, in all honesty, Bruce doesn't really do much with Damian at first because he disappears in the time stream for
Well,
like 6 months and vanishes.
that's not really Bruce's fault.
Right, right. No, but it's Dick that like helps and
Yeah.
like
Again,
brings out, yeah, Dick
imagine
Grayson.
that, Dick Grayson coming to the fucking rescue. Jesus.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And this is why I will forever love Dick Grayson.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, since we're talking, I know we're supposed to be talking about Damien, but listen, I'm gonna roll back a little bit. We're gonna talk about Dick Grayson for a little bit longer. I've been seeing so much stuff leak out about this interview that the director for the a possible Nightwing movie, he's been,
Mm-hmm.
so much has come out recently
I
about it,
know.
and I hope that Warner Brothers bites. I hope they want to expand Batman's
It
his
just doesn't make any sense that they wouldn't. I mean, I mean, obviously Batman is DC's Spider-Man to Marvel, but honestly, I feel like Dick Grayson could be the new Batman, and I think he would do better. And it would be so fresh.
yeah. Again, we ranted about this in the very first video we've ever done.
Yes.
But Warner
Where's
Brothers
my
just,
decent live action Dick Grayson?
they
Because I haven't
just
had it yet.
right. That's the problem, is they just don't know what to do with him. They don't know what to do with Batman specifically. Like, they did pretty good with his solo stuff, but I think Batman works best when he's working off of other heroes like
Yeah.
Superman, like Green Lantern and stuff like that. Obviously, his whole shtick is that he likes to be alone, but that clearly isn't true considering, again,
He has the
the
Bat
entire
family.
Bat family. Jesus. Yeah, for somebody who does not like teammates and friends, he certainly has a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, okay. I guess I'll pull this back a little bit. Um, yeah. So, Psycho, Damien, murderer, killer, assassin. Um, what was the end game? Honestly, like, was he bred to like take Batman down, or was it just like a happy accident? Like, was Talia like, was she trying to have a kid with him? Do you know what I mean?
At this point, Roz still considers Batman like the detective, like he's the foil to the League Assassins. So he couldn't get Bruce to become the demon head. So he's like, why don't I take my favorite daughter and have her, you know, bear Bruce's child and we'll have the perfect of both. So, I mean, originally they kind of just throw Damian at Bruce just because they want Bruce to train Damian on like the Batman side. So he's like well rounded,
That
which
seems
backfires because it makes no sense because you're conflicting the kid's morals. And he's
right.
obviously going to flip on you because it's a comic book and, Batman's a hero. So that happens.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny to think about it too, because it's like Batman. Batman at this point has become so like used to the fact that um, sorry, I was adjusting my mic. Uh, he's like kids popping up all over the goddamn place, right? So I'm half expecting him to not even be surprised by this anymore. But at this
Hmm.
point, his issues with Jason, his issues with Tim, his issues with
Dick,
Dick. Dick. I didn't forget Dick Grayson.
how dare you? I'm offended.
Don't worry, I left a whole bunch of space there so I can edit that out.
There we go.
Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, yes. So he's had all these issues with all the different Bat kids, Robins, and so it's really funny to see. It's interesting to see the difference, right? Like Jason will straight up shoot a dude. Batman's like, "I'll fucking kill you." I mean, I don't kill, so and then
I'll
kills
throw
him.
you in Arkham.
Yeah, whatever. But Damian straight up decapitates the first villain they fight. What's
Yes.
his name? Spook? Yeah.
I thought it was that or nobody.
I think he kills Spook first.
Probably.
And literally cuts his fucking head off. And Bruce is like, "Hey, come on, buddy. Like, we gotta use our words next time." Just slap
Or
on the wrist.
cuffs.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
it's
he's definitely trying with Damien more than I feel like the others because he realized, I mean, it's a learning experience. And I feel like I rag on him a lot. He's not, I mean, he's kind of terrible, but he tries in his own way.
looking at it as a general overarching story.
Yeah.
It's really easy to pick out these points where somebody makes mistakes, and that's
And it's
fine.
just like, you got to depend on the reader or the writer too of the comic because like some comments are like, oh, here's really sweet like cuddle times
Yeah,
with various Robins, and other times it's like Batman slapping the shit out of Dick Grayson for wanting to have fucking friends.
yeah. It be like that sometimes.
Okay.
Your dad just fucking knocks your lights out for wanting to have friends. That's happened
Yeah,
to you, right?
literally like I think he was 12 in that. Like he was a kid, 15 tops, and he
Mm-hmm.
just slaps the shit out of him. Like that's nice. Good job.
Yeah, and you can't really put that much blame. I mean, okay, yes, you can. You gotta understand also that he doesn't have parents really. He did for a little bit when he was a little kid, but it's different when you grow up with them. He had
Hmm.
Alfred that took care of him, and of course, Alfred, being the absolute badass that he is, did the best that he could. But with that much trauma and pain, it's really hard to not lash out at anyone in particular. And unfortunately, usually when it comes to trauma, the people closest to you typically suffer the most. And
Right.
again, it's not Bruce's fault, of course. His parents were taken from him, as it is no one's fault to when bad stuff happens. It happens, and obviously that's like it's our goal to work towards moving past that. And that's one of the things that Bruce has a problem with is moving on and sort of accepting stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that he sort of accepted Damien for not holding what happened to him against him. It's
Hmm.
not his fault that he was born to Talia al Ghul,
Yeah.
and it's not his fault he was trained to be a killer. It's not. So it's really interesting to see Batman sort of gain that human side to himself through Damien, and it is different because all the other Robins weren't his kids; they were stand-ins for his kids.
Hmm.
But Damian Wayne is his blood, so and I think that makes a really big difference on how Batman looks at it. So
Probably. I mean, there's because we kind of hashed out the fact that, Damien kills right off the bat and Bruce goes with the route of compassion than anger.
right.
So then they work together for a while and then Batman disappears. And then my favorite dynamic, oh my God, I can't talk.
Whew.
Dynamic is honest. Obviously, it's Dick and Damien because, Dick has to take the cowl while Batman's gone. So that's fun
For like
because,
the 15th time.
yeah. Well, Damien's a little feral. He's a feral cat. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. Dick's the dopey dog that everyone loves and just smothers Damien until he accepts it. It's kind of great. So they make a good bond. So that definitely humanizes Damian, I think more than anything else, was having that relationship. And then he ends up having a really decent relationship with John Kent. My God. Uh,
Boy, oh boy. This is going to
yeah,
be a
I
long
know.
recording session.
Yeah, sorry guys. Your girl's been up since 3:30 this morning. It is currently 8:51.
What the hell is wrong with you? Should have taken a nap or something, damn.
I tried.
Oh.
It didn't work. I laid there and watched YouTube. So, but anyways, not important. So yeah, and then slowly, Damian grows and he does become the leader of the Titans. He has his relationship with John and yeah. So I mean,
Relationship with who?
John, it's Clark Kent's and what's his or Lois's actual biological son. He's like half human, half Kryptonian, and he has superpowers,
Oh.
and he's cute.
Oh my god.
He's a cute kid, and it's great.
Anyway.
Well, it's like it works because obviously they did it because Batman and Superman work so well together. But it's like kind of great because again, Damien's just that much more awful. So there's a couple times like in the comic panels where um all of a sudden Damien, I think he was like talking about a teacher and then like Talia killed the teacher after the teacher taught, Damien what he needed to know. And John's like, haha, you're so funny. And I'm like, dude, he's not joking. He's being serious right now.
Oh my god.
It's like, it's great.
Jonathan Samuel Kent.
Yes.
Oh, he's Superboy now. Okay.
Yes.
It's
Because really confusing. Because Connor's now in the Suicide Squad, which I need to read the current comics to understand why he's in the Suicide Squad. But he's in the Suicide Squad. So.
That's weird. Because then isn't
Yeah.
Superboy Prime like? Doesn't he become a villain?
Heck, yeah. I
Is
think.
this the same person?
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure Prime is. I don't know. Actually, I don't know Superman and his whole spiel that
his
well.
entourage.
I don't at all.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
no, I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I like Superman, but I've never been like that interested in Superman. I only get him when he's involved with everything else that I consume.
Yeah. I mean, Superman is another issue entirely. Because he's the kind of man that, like, obviously he's like one of the last of his race, so like that's traumatic in itself. But he was raised by a couple farmers out in the middle of like Kansas, and like he's just a good boy, and it's awesome, and that's it. There's nothing else you need. He's just a good boy. It's really that's why they try to pair Superman and Batman up so much. And
Yeah.
that's why the new fucking Snyder movies don't work. Because he's so sad and depressing and dark. He needs to... Oh, okay. We're going to get ranting again. Look, the point of fucking Superman is that he's hope. That's the symbol on his chest. He's literally hope. And you take that away from him. You take the singular character arc that he had, where he's like, wait, like... okay, I have these powers and I have to use them for these people. Not because it's not my only option, but because they deserve it. They need this. They need something, right? And to take that away and to make him just this fucking I'm just going to murder General Zod. Not worry about it. It's fine. I'm just going to it's cool.
Or how they destroy the city.
Fucking destroy the entire goddamn city, which they retconned into it. What didn't they retcon it into being Gotham?
No, he destroys Gotham's building in New York and kills all of Bruce Wayne's peeps, which makes no sense because the guy's there on his phone and he's like, "What do I do?" And Bruce Wayne's like, "Evacuate." And I'm like, "You didn't do that when you first saw the two giant scary aliens fighting in your city?"
Yeah,
Like you wouldn't. I'm confused.
we could sit and talk about Man of Steel and Oh my god, that's gonna be another fucking video entirely, because that shit. I'm gonna say this. I fucking hate Zack Snyder for those movies. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, I get that maybe the Justice League movie, the Snyder cut, was better, like, objectively, than the other cut, which is whatever,
Yes.
that's fine. You guys, you DC fans, you can have that. But Man of Steel was a fucking train wreck. The sequel was a fucking train wreck.
Where's Martha? Where's
Martha? Martha, bro.
And you know what?
That was the look, I am not
That's
an
the
expert.
quote.
I'm not an expert author. I'm not. I do some writing on the side. I know a bit about, structure and whatever. I get it. I understand how to do this, right? That was so fucking clunky. I cannot believe that made it into a movie that got sold to people. I can't believe it. Like, what if he just didn't say that?
Well, this is what should have happened. Because, again, prep time. How much prep are you giving Batman? So,
I hate
blah,
that.
blah, blah. I know. But the whole point of the animated Return of the Dark Knight, at the end, when Batman beats the fuck out of Clark Kent, he says, and I quote, "In all the years to come, in your most private moments, I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you." Why didn't you just do that? Why didn't you just do that? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just do that?
Well, because they had no build up. Because they had no fucking build up to that.
Yeah.
What I mean, and then don't even get me started on Batman in that fucking movie. Because, like, he's already, like, old, cynical Batman who just starts murdering people out of fucking nowhere, right? Just immediately starts killing people. And then, for what reason? He apparently steals kryptonite from, dummy, Lex Luthor. Off screen? What? Why not show him, like, Mission Impossible sneaking into the fucking building and, like, doing the thing that Batman does, instead of having him kill a bunch of fucking random mercenaries in a warehouse?
Yeah. I know.
Uh,
Well, it's actually hard because I think overall, I actually like Ben Affleck as Batman.
yeah, no.
Because he definitely has, like, that. I mean, standing there at the end of the movie when he bought fucking the house for Clark, I'm like, yeah, that's Bruce Wayne. But everything else, like, he needs to just be taken and, like, put in better content.
Yeah,
but he won't do it now because it's a lot of work and it's tiring.
Well, yeah, it's not even just that though. And okay, so that's another issue. I liked him as Batman. He was given nothing. Like, his lines were trash. He's no different when he's Bruce Wayne as he is when he's Batman. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
If you look at Batman, the animated series, the way that he's portrayed in that, you can tell that Bruce Wayne is the mask. Yes. If that makes sense. Like, Bruce Wayne is clearly fraudulent. He's clearly, like, just this person who, he's just a rich playboy. That he's intelligent, but you can tell that Batman is putting a lot of effort into being sort of this, he's putting up a caricature, and that doesn't really happen. We never get a lot of that. We get, like, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne pissing at each other for no reason at all. Also, let me bring this up real quick. Why wasn't Lex Luthor, that could have just been like an origin story. He would have played way better as the Joker, I think. That actor.
Yeah,
the actor would have
I'm
been a
fine
way
with
better
that.
Joker. Or what if Lex Luthor and the Joker are the same guy? Whoa.
Take that trash idea and go outside with it.
Hey, fuck you. No, that's fine. That is a trash idea. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, be interesting, be different. What says Lex Luthor about the actor that they picked? I don't even remember his
Nothing.
name. I legit don't even remember who this guy is.
We're both looking it up.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. Why? Fucking why? Like, actually, why?
And he's like a good actor, and I really wanted to like it, but I'm like, you just don't fit because Lex Luthor is very tall and intimidating and a very astute businessman, and he has the perfect suits and the super hot security guard
Mm-hmm.
slash like secretary chick that's half robot, or I
Right.
think she's fully robot,
Fuck, I don't know.
and you just don't fit the bill, man. You just don't.
Well, that and it's like, what do I think of when I see Lex Luthor? I see man who hates Superman. I
Mm-hmm.
see a man who is willing to do whatever it takes to take Superman down, to use Superman's unwillingness, excuse me, to kill, or his, like, he uses that against him all the time. Like he's this criminal mastermind. That's just it. Like, it even says it right here on this page that I'm looking at. Criminal mastermind. He's just this fucking genius who, like, right, what was his plan in uh fucking Batman versus Superman? What was his plan?
Yeah. I don't even
Seriously,
I don't know.
what was the end game?
So convoluted because there's
Was
like in his there's no way not to get caught, and that's the whole point. Is Lex
right.
Luthor like almost never gets fucking caught? That's the whole point. Like
And even if he
why
does
he's
go to
so
prison,
obnoxious.
he just gets out because he's super fucking intelligent or super fucking rich and uses that or something. Like,
I mean, he becomes a president at one point in the comics.
yeah, yeah.
He becomes the head of the UN at one point in the comics, and just like fucks with the Justice League so hard. It's great.
But yeah,
That's what I wanted,
I don't
and I
know.
didn't get
It feels bad. It feels, yeah. Like I was saying, I really think that Jesse Eisenberg would have been a better Joker. He played it like the
Yes,
Joker.
he
Honestly,
did. He did.
I don't think of an unhinged psychopath when I think of Lex Luthor. I think of
No.
a man who genuinely believes, and honestly, rightfully so, that Superman is dangerous as fuck and needs to be either regulated or fucking destroyed. Something like that. And not that I agree with him, but you understand him. You get it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I just okay, we were supposed to be talking about Damian Wayne, but now I'm pissed off about fucking Batman v Superman again.
I mean, that's fair.
Mm,
But so what we originally were talking about.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna kind of go more into his current line because
Okay.
I've been following it enough. We're only a few issues in because it's just as far along as the new Titan run and the Nightwing run.
What's it
But
called?
it's Robin 1.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah. But I like it a lot because because we touched on it before in the I don't remember which Robin episode, but Pennyworth dies due to Wayne and Bane, and it's Damian's fault, but he was trying to like break back into the city to save Pennyworth, and as a result, he gets captured. They snap Pennyworth's neck, and he dies. And then he turns around. He leaves the Titans. After I forget what villain he kills, but he kills the villain, and Bruce comes in on his high horse and was like, you know, we don't do that. So then finally, Damien has enough, rips the R off his chest, saying he's gonna be free and disappear, and he believes Batman is weak because of the fact that Batman refuses to kill, and that everyone he loves and hold dear dies or suffers because of it,
Which is true.
which is very true. So he fucks off and disappears. And I mean, it is pretty impressive that he's hiding from Batman because, world's greatest detective, and he literally is like, smoke, I'm gone. So he finds Talia, and they have a whole mother son twisted moment,
Mm-hmm.
and they get attacked by a group of assassins. So he finds out they're from the League of Lazarus,
Mm-hmm.
and they're telling Talia that she's part of the tournament. So he gets interested, and Talia's like, "This is none of your business. Blah blah blah. You're gonna come with me because at this point, Roz is dead." So she's trying to like bring everything back in because they lost the League.
Mm-hmm.
And originally there was three branches to the League of League of Assassins. So League of Assassins was top, League of Shadows was middle, and League of Lazar. Oh my god, I did it again.
League of Lazarus.
Thank you. I keep getting hooked on the R. Don't know why. Um, and right off the bat, the League of Lazarus like rebels and breaks off pretty early.
Yeah, that lasted a while, didn't it?
Yeah, that didn't last long at all. So Damian's intrigued and says, I'm going to go investigate this because I'm my own person and I want to do what I want.
Oh,
So
yikes.
so he ends up like fighting, oh, I forget his name. But he's like pretty important. I think his name is literally just I think it's King Snake. He's like this father of Bane and he's blind. So he like beats the shit out of him and this like mysterious dude comes up and hands this coin over and is like be on this boat in like 15 minutes or you like forfeit your opportunity to this tournament. So obviously Damien goes and that's where he's at right now.
Oh,
He's
okay.
on this magical island that has a Lazarus pit and it revives you when you die. And it's really awesome because he's like, walks in as his arrogant self and gets his heart ripped out
Like,
and dies.
like literally,
Like
actually.
literally, he literally.
He
Her
gets
name is
he gets invited to the Mortal Kombat arena and gets fucking murdered immediately.
absolutely. Her
Imagine.
name is Flatline, and she literally because she flatlined Damien.
That's the
Her name.
shtick. She
Yeah,
fucking rips people's hearts out. Oh my god. That's
yeah.
actually
She's
genius. I
fun.
can't lie about it.
I like her so far. She's different. So he's there, he's figuring out this tournament. He's got a so far the rules are you have 3 lives and after that you're like officially dead and your soul leaves your body. Damien has already died once, obviously.
So,
After this
I have to interrupt and ask.
yes.
I thought the Lazarus Pit fucks you up, but it brings you back.
Usually it does, and I'm really confused on why it isn't here, but it's like a whole island and you're not getting dumped in it, you're just magically brought back. So I'm just assuming this place is like super magical because it's like the biggest pit we've ever seen. So I wonder if like
Ah.
the island itself, I don't know.
Sounds
It's
like
comics,
some.
man. It's
Sounds like a
confusing.
load of barnacles.
It's cool though. We get a cool panel.
I, oh yeah, you know what? I mean, I guess that's the goal, really, for the artists to flex on us. So
Yeah.
that's
But
reasonable, I guess.
yeah, so then once Damien figures that out, then he realized there's no rules. You literally just kill everybody, and whoever wins, wins. So then Damien, in Damien fashion, reminds everyone that he's an assassin and a badass, and literally just like takes out, I think, like 5 kids in a matter of seconds, and like doesn't even breathe hard. He's like, wow, that was like, a good warm up. And we're all
Yikes.
like, okay, Damien, calm down a bit, but I'm here for it. So yeah. That's kind of currently where we're at. I mean, obviously there's stuff going on. Um, a big, the big bad is obviously doing something more than just having a whole bunch of people there to kill each other because they're all kids too. That's the
Mm-hmm.
other point. They're all like, children. So we'll see. That's where he's at. But I also just like the fact that he's the youngest Robin to quit, and I feel like it's kind of refreshing, and I'm very curious to see if he's going to, if his place will be filled or if they'll leave. Because, I mean, he's still alive. He's still kind of not really wearing the colors, but he still has an R on his suit. His new suit is cool, too. I actually really like the design. It's red, gray, and black, and it's sick as hell.
Okay.
I think it's actually my favorite Robin suit.
Now have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm, curious to see where it goes. So I'm waiting for the next issue. Trying to be better about it. I need to catch up on Nightwing as well. And then I might follow the Titans run, but don't know if I'm as interested because they turned it into a school. And it's just kind of like not as fun in my opinion. I don't need schools in comic books. I get that from manga and anime. So I don't need like the because I have my hero. I don't need another school full of superhero kids. Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, DC, I love you, but my hero's gonna do it better leagues down every fucking turn. So
Damn.
why you it's just true. I mean, you really need to watch that. My hero's amazing.
I
The
don't know.
book's
It
like,
just
oh, the manga's so good.
it's
So
just
good.
I tried to get through the first episode and I'll be honest, I got really bored. I really did.
I
I
mean,
can't.
fair.
I can't. I
I
don't
should
know.
like
I haven't been super into anime in a long time. Like straight up the last one I watched. Okay, let's see. I can name all the anime that I've watched from start to finish, and this is gonna make me seem really sus. So don't worry about it. So Soul Eater, I watched that one from
hmm
start to finish. Kill La Kill, watched that one
hmm
from start to finish. Witchblade, I watched that one.
Didn't watch that one.
Um, let's see. I've seen pretty much all of Cowboy Bebop. Phenomenal.
hmm
Um, Steve Blum is probably one of my favorite voice actors of all time. Just saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and that I mean that's pretty much it. I don't know. I can't. I tried to watch. I've watched bits and pieces of Dragon Ball Z throughout the years, pretty much all of it, but Super is entirely uninteresting to me. Um, hot take probably. Somebody's gonna hate me for that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's just I haven't seen. I'm impressed by like good animation. Like Studio Trigger nails it every time they touch any anime. They fucking it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I've never.
I What
Go
I
ahead.
will do is I'm going to look up the two, I think it's actually only one episode. It's a fight between Midoriya and Bakugo, which become rivals and they're the childhood friends. And the
Mm-hmm.
one, Bakugo is the bully and the asshole. Um, it's like phenomenal, and I'll make you watch that. And then maybe that will give you the motivation to watch the rest of it because it only gets better. But like that's just such, I think that like fight sticks out all the time. I'll just think about it and how pretty it was and the music and just everything. It's just really nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't know. Anime's good. Like it's good stuff. There's some good storylines. It's just I don't know. It's just not interesting to me. You know what I mean? Um, I consume very specific media, so and I also have little to no free time to really do anything. Um, which is exactly why I haven't watched any of Loki yet. Please don't hate me. Um,
Which I just watched episode 5. And to anyone that's actually listening to this and is still listening to this after our random rants, it's good. Not if you agree. And I'll know you're nodding because it's fucking good.
oh wow, wow,
So
that was some.
good.
You just pulled a magic trick. That's
Oh, it's
amazing.
so good. Everything's good. The effects, the acting, the music, the characters, just everything. It's so good. So good. Can I
Okay.
gush any more? Did I mention how good
No,
it
because that's going into another episode. Ah,
is? Fair.
spoilers
Very
for us
fair.
in the future.
If he ever watches the show.
Fuck you. It's true though. It's true. What am I gonna do? I mean, honestly. Ugh. But yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, much of this episode hasn't been Damien, but that's okay. We're having a good time.
He's so he's fresh enough. I mean, he has the whole he only has a few runs. And a lot of them, like I said, he's definitely not the favorite Robin to a lot of people. I mean, I think he's growing on people now, but when he first came out, I mean, for obvious reasons, people really didn't like him. So
Mm-hmm.
he's growing though. He's
That's
interesting to follow just because he's a feral cat. He's vicious. And I enjoy those storylines every once in a while. So